We're going live,
Old
folks.
school Doom or 2016 Doom?
It's the Jeezy Doom with Hearts of Barons mod.
Oh, that one.
Nice.
Like a lot of fun.
Nice.
Sorry, boy.
Chatter starts.
My earliest memory of Doom was in a car outside of a party where a friend of mine, or one of my cousins, or one of the invited people, had brought with them a computer with Doom on. I do not remember what of them though. It was definitely not the original. It was on Mars for some mysterious reason.
Interesting. Sounds like a start for Creepypasta.
There we go.
Oh, whoa, no.
Should have chosen the other music. Alright. Let's get this party going. Let's stop the song. We are officially live, guys. We're officially live and on screen.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's see here. Let me get this, our contest info ready. So, greetings everybody. Welcome to Monstercast number 53, where we'll be talking about creepypastas. We're talking about doing today the Halloween special because I thought I wouldn't be here for the Halloween episode, but we can do that one right prior to Halloween on the 26th, I believe it is. So today we'll proceed with the creepypasta monsters. I have a couple updates to present to you before we get started on the topic. If you have a moment and you haven't researched your topic, go ahead and do so now. If you can throw some pictures when you present in, that's always wonderful. I'm Monstermaster Arthur. We have joining us today, we have Darth Phonics. Guten Tag, Darth. We have Gargamel Gold. Hail, Gargamel. We have JMPF. Hola, mi amigo.
Hola.
Awesome. And we have Chris Chu. Dobry wieczór.
Hello.
Awesome.
Dobry wieczór na teb.
We have Queen of Kobolds, or Bog, Mr. Bog. Not sure if he's at his computer, but he has been here for a while. So, welcome, welcome. Supro CD. Hail!
Hello.
Oi! I'm
Hello.
sorry, I messed that up. I should have just said
Hello,
hoy. There we go. Yes. And then we have the machine of the evening, or morning. C. Welcome. C. I said welcome.
Oh,
There we go. All right. C seems a little tired. It's all good. So am I. That's why I'm going to force this. I'm going to force it. Okay. Two announcements. First of all, guys, an exciting thing. And second, I'm going to announce the who I already have collected in the art contest. So you should be hearing your names. So look out for that. But first thing I wanted to mention to you that an associate mentioned to me, introduced to me, yet another hobby which I don't need, but it's oh so cool, guys, and I wanted the Monsterhood to become a part of this. Unfortunately, certain people don't want to join in. Okay, but what this is geocaching. It's called geocaching. Anybody heard of geocaching before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of it, but I'm
Mhm.
not sure exactly what it is.
It's pretty awesome. It's been around for over 15 years, actually. Basically, people leave little, you could say treasures, trinkets. They could be as small as, a centimeter, something tiny that can just hold a piece of paper that you can sign, to something as big as, a box, a bucket. And people leave these all over the world, and there's millions of them. It's very active. And you get the app, CGO is the app I'm using, I believe. And when you get on the app, it takes you to a live map. And on the live map, it will show you locations near you. You go to those locations, and you will find this thing hidden somewhere. Always in publicity. It's never buried. It's just under some kind of lid, under some lamp cover. And this is, again, international, so check in your country, too. And you can also leave these, and you put the coordinates into the app. So once you find them, The point is to find them, because it's only going to show you the coordinates of the area. It's up to you to find the treasure. So once you find it, you open it. There's going to be a logbook in there. You sign it. You record it on the app. And then you can take what's in there. There's sometimes a little gift, a little trinket. But if you do take something, you should replace it with something of equal value or higher. And that's it. It's just an international little treasure hunt. And it's been around for so long, and I just first heard of it. And the person that told me about it, she's collected like over 4,000 of these. So over her 15 years. So that's pretty wild. What do you guys think about that?
It is wild.
That's
a cool idea.
It's really cool. And it's very active. It's not like one of these things where it's like 3 miles away from you or in a different city. Of course, it depends what country you're in, but at least in the U.S., you open the map and there's tons of it around you. Yeah. How about that?
Sounds adorable, but it's not something I see myself doing.
Yeah. Well, it can get you out there, you know. For those of us that are stuck on the chairs at the computer sometimes, it's a nice little thing. And as you grow older, it's a nice thing to do with your kids, I guess. It could be fun. Little treasure hunting. And there's also multi ones. So you find one and then it gives you a clue where the next one is. And usually they're related to the area. They have like something to teach you about the area or something like that. So there's a variety of them. Yeah. It's a pretty cool little international geeky effort. It's a very geeky hobby, so good stuff. Okay, on that. As far as our Halloween art contest, we have about 10 days, a little more than 10 days left. So I'm going to tell you guys, announce here, and I'm going to update this later on our community section on YouTube. So far I have 5 official submissions in that are finished and ready. They are from Bethany. I have one from Big J Wyatt, one from Holy Dio, one from Jamie Marks, and one from JMPF. So if you haven't heard your name yet, I haven't confirmed your submission thus far. So
I am working on mine.
Yep. So just updating on that.
I'm working on mine. It's not, I mean, not currently because I'm doing other stuff right now, but I am still working on it.
Cool, cool. All right, folks. Let's get to the topic at hand. Today we're talking about creepypastas. Now, help me out if I don't explain this well enough, but I guess I'll introduce what that is. If you are unaware of creepypastas, it's original little writings, original stories that people post on the internet onto the website Creepypasta. Some of them got very famous. Some of them have even earned a movie or two in video game because they became so well known. I don't think every creepypasta has a monster, so that's not relatively a specific thing. All of them have like SCPs, but well, not necessarily every SCP is a monster either, or is it? Anyway, so
Anomalies.
there you go. That's what
Affordable in this
creepypastas are.
economy.
It's fan fiction, but not really fan fiction. It's just original short stories. Is that about right, guys?
Something of the sort, yep.
Okay. All right. Original short stories written online that some just got really famous. So today we're going to pick out some monsters from those stories and discuss them. Anybody want to go next? Is there any way I should call us out today? Should we use the Wheel of Torture? Or one person
I'm
picks
kind of
another?
gonna pass and just offer commentary because I never got into creepypasta, so I don't really know any, or at least none that are meaningful. If by the end of this no one mentions the one I know of, the only one I literally know of because I recently saw a video about it, then I might share it.
Okay, dokes. Well, it was Bethany's suggestion as a topic, and she's not here.
Yeah, the only creepypasta I can think of offhand right now is Slender Man. and everyone knows who
I
he
mean,
is.
I think Slender Man
Yeah.
is the only reason I even know of Creepypasta.
And she even introduced Slenderman last time at the end of the discussion when we were choosing the next topic, and she posted a thing about him. So I said Slenderman's basically already covered, and she
Yeah, well,
she
I'm
was the expert on creepypasta here. So since she's not here,
Maybe we should just take a random guess at what exact. Maybe we should just make up a creepypasta.
Well,
take,
I'm
Okay,
not going to be spending
my
that much-
creepypasta today is Z.
there we go.
What?
All right.
Guys, I'm
Also
gonna
Queen
say
of
I'm not
Kobolds.
spending that much time here because I have some errands I have to do, so I'm only going to spend a little bit of time here anyway. So I'm not gonna even bother doing my own creepypasta or anything or looking at because I don't have that much time.
Okay. So you don't have
And,
one, Gargamel?
I can
No,
go
I don't. I'm
first.
gonna make some commentary on whatever some other people say.
Okay, cool.
But after that, I'm gonna be leaving, so I'm not gonna be here too long. Maybe like 45 minutes.
Gotcha.
Only.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's start. Let's warm up with Slenderman since we're all kind of aware of Slenderman. Let's talk about who that is, what that is exactly, and then we'll proceed with someone that does have something, and we'll go
Okay.
from there. I know JMPF does, and a couple other people may. So, Slenderman. We've seen, a lot of us have seen the video game. That's where we've learned a lot of Slenderman. How many of you have actually read the Slenderman creepypasta?
There's actual writing about this thing.
I only knew
Well, that's where it
about
came
a
from.
YouTube video. I
It
think
came
that was
from a writing.
Markiplier playing it back in the day.
You see, it came from the story, and then they developed a game, and then the movie, and so on, because the story became so famous. So, apparently the story was so good.
Well, actually,
And there are a bunch of knockoff characters from him. Too.
Indeed. Oh, CD, you were
I
saying?
actually know how. Yeah, Slenderman actually originated from a I think it's some kind of art contest on Something Awful forums. We tried to find the original image of it. And
Okay.
basically they-
I think it was like
A multi-armed
people were
creature
supposed to
with
make
many
creepy.
arms.
Let me go find it.
So then, how did he make his way to creepypasta?
Well, I think it was just kind of adopted in.
I see. Do you know which story features him? Go ahead,
Quite sure I got
JMPF.
pictures that he was in, like the original pictures.
So there are stories that feature Slender Man even before the games, but
Well,
I
right.
think he did originate as a part of an art contest, and then he
For
moved
some
into
reason-
the creepypasta.
I get
The
an
story about the
image
kids went
of
missing.
H.P. Lovecraft.
JMPF.
probably
There's
inspired by
some Lovecraftian qualities to Slender Man.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he could do well as a Lovecraftian creature. Kind of reminds me of the Yellow Man, actually.
JMPF, what did you want to say? JMPF? No? Okay. So,
I was saying that I originated a picture. So, pero CD already posted that picture.
the picture. So this is the first, maybe, picture that
Yeah.
kind of featured him.
it was him in
they
the
kind of
playground.
Okay, so he didn't
What?
originate from a story then. It was from an art contest?
Yeah.
It
I
was
think there's a story
basically
behind the image.
scary pictures with scary stories.
So I don't understand why he's so known for creepy pasta origination.
Probably the games and the YouTubers that played that game and screamed out loud.
Well, yeah, but
And
that was
all
a
the
video
other
game, not a
characters
creepy
that
pasta.
are-
Sometimes the strangest things emerge from strangest places.
Yeah, like FNAF became a thing. I
Okay.
think FNAF is a creepypasta on its own, actually.
Yeah. Well, Arthur.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure about this, but I think creepypasta can also be like creepy pictures and stuff.
Oh,
I-
okay.
And
This is
videos.
really a topic
I
that have caught me off guard, and I sound like I'm 20 years older than I am then.
Yeah, the term creepypasta basically originates from the word copypastas, when people copy and paste stories from forum to forum. Of course, these are scary stories, so it's creepypasta.
I see.
So I think it's just basically, they probably had the story of the kids going missing after the pictures are taken.
So it's
Posted all around the internet. People,
creepy.
thought it was real. Or
Okay.
thought it was scary stories. That's basically where creepypasta originates. Basically, the kind of spreading of stories, scary stories.
Yeah, and here on the description it says creepypastas are horror-related legends or images that have been copied and pasted around the internet. So like Super OCD said, kind of horror
Right, I'm
or
smart.
creepy content that has been copied or just transmitted eventually into the creepypasta website from various sources. Okay, so back to Slender Man. Let's see what we know about him. He's an interesting fellow. We know he's tall and slender.
Man.
He...
With
what
tentacles.
else? Does he have
Tendrils.
tentacles, right? He does. He
No,
has
those are
tendrils.
Depicted multiple times with tentacles on multiple arms.
On the arms or
some
from the
assume
back?
It's
I
tentacles.
suppose you just teleport into a background of electronics.
He does not have the
That's right.
suction cup things, therefore it is tendrils, not tentacles.
Yes.
Important
Thank
distinction.
you.
Okay then.
Good point. Good point. Also, I'm not sure if Slender Man is actually technically a quote man or anything. I'm not sure he actually they should be called a he. Because I'm not sure that Slender Man has a gender per se.
Good point. Does he?
He's not human after all, and we don't know how his kind or their kind reproduce, or if there's even more than one of them.
He's a long
The one thing we know for a fact is that he's an asshole.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. He is. They are definitely horrible. I would not want Slender Man to be real.
I mean, I could totally go for having some creepy Slender Man running around.
He's actually like a really sensitive person, you know, at heart.
Have we seen him do anything with the tendrils, or is it we just seen him have them?
Well, they probably used them. Like I've seen them depicted in stories, like they used to like grab people, like stab them with the sharp bits in them. They just,
Okay.
like, wave around and be scary.
And you
And
said
there's
he...
also all of the Rule 34 bits.
And of course, the Rule 34. Don't get
It's the
me started on that.
tentacles, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
And
somebody
I
made a
watched his
character.
pictures walking with them.
Somebody made a character that got surprisingly popular and infamous around the creepypasta community, apparently, that is basically like a Rule 34 version of Slender Man. And I find that vaguely amusing.
Why? Offender Man.
Slender porn?
Sexual offender man.
Oh.
It's
Slender
more
porn.
than anything.
Yeah.
I want to take that out of context
Why
from
does it
Gargamel.
always return to this kind of
Sexual
topic?
offender man.
Okay, so
life
Next they're gonna make
finds a way.
thick woman.
we do know he's connected to electronics, as was mentioned, correct?
It did have a certain effect on cameras, if I remember correctly.
Right. Okay, so does that allow him to teleport as well, or is that his own ability?
He's been shown to teleport for some stories.
So...
Like he's able to hide in plain sight. Like see people take pictures of him, notice him like years after in the
Well,
background.
I guess my question is, does he require electronics to even appear and to be able to shift between space to space? Or does he not require electronics?
I suppose.
Or is he just there and he messes with electronics?
Yeah, he can manipulate them. You can like mess with
okay.
cameras, like in the game. Like the camera that's being like the game's being viewed through kind of glitches up when he appears.
Okay, so
I
a little
do
bit
recall
like
that in the
we...
game, when you play in the game, there you use a flashlight against him or something.
Mhm.
What was all that about?
Oh, because then he
Maybe he
disappears
just
or
doesn't
something?
want to be seen clear.
Right. So, okay, so in the game, when you look at him too long, you lose, right? You start to go insane or something.
Yeah.
Which is a great concept and a reason why it got so big, because it's a pretty fun concept. The more you look at it, the more insane you go. Too bad the movie sucked from what I heard, but it could have been an
Was it a
interesting
movie?
thing. They did do a movie. A year ago, maybe? I think we even mentioned it on here.
Why?
It
Well-
was almost as much of a disaster as that guy who tried to get an SCP movie going.
You guys didn't hear about the Slender Man movie about the it was so controversial because of that actual case where the I think it was like these two girls, murdered someone. They claimed that it was Slender Man that made them do it, and because of that, because it was an actual victim, a bunch of people tried to get a petition going, telling the studio not to make the film. You didn't hear about that?
So,
You don't remember that?
two girls murder someone and tell, let's say it's Slenderman. They sound very blonde to me.
I don't
No,
think
no,
they
they
were.
were like they were like trying to say that he made them do it, or they were doing it for him, so they could go
Yeah.
to some other
Right.
place or something.
Yeah, I'm
Anytime
guessing they
anybody
wanted to do
does
the
kill
insanity
somebody to
defense
go
when
to a better,
they realized that they realized that they had been caught and that they were going to be punished, so they could maybe think they could get off, you know, not guilty by reason of insanity. But apparently it didn't work because they were still convicted.
Okay, so they were. Oh. Sorry, I missed the chat. I had the window popped out, but it was from the wrong one. Right. So that did happen, and just imagine that an internet sensation coming from a contest and then a story which is obviously fiction, everything from the beginning, but believed enough for people to do crazy things already in our reality. Goodness gracious. Now, JMPF said you should know what he would trap you with. The story says that the picture was found after a fire. It was the only thing that survived. So the picture of him there is the only thing that ever survived. Darth says the movie sucked, Slenderman was not real, and he was kind of a virus that ruined the movie. Oh, really? Oh, that's...
No, that
They
sounds
didn't
extra
even follow it. Yeah.
That sounds like him.
That sounds like the remakes of the. I mean, not the
Yes.
remakes, the sequel.
Ooh, we got a decent amount of live viewers over on YouTube. So greetings there, Louis Zenadog. Sorry I missed you, Monsterites over there. Raincrawler, greetings. Actually, with them, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That means 13 people, unless we got people here viewing us there. And I'm counting them twice. Let's see. Cool. Louis is working on his contest piece. Good. So you guys heard my update on that. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm all caught up with you guys. Glad to have you here. Okay. So that's what we have on Slenderman. So how does he beat you? I guess he drives you insane, right? And
Yeah.
we've never seen.
It's kind of a mystery. He also like kidnaps kids and probably, like, takes them to his own dimension.
That's what's fun
souls.
about it. It is pretty mysterious and unclear. And as
Jokes
long as
on
it
him, I'm
belongs,
already insane and don't have a soul.
there you go.
Also, in some stories, his kind have basically a thing about them that if people are around them for too long, they basically get a thing that's sort of like radiation sickness. Except it's got its own stupid name that I refuse to.
Oh, really?
Is
Okay,
it midichlorians?
interesting.
No.
Well, let's keep it
it's
at that.
part of his name in sickness, and it's indefinitely
Slenderman
more
sickness.
stupid than. No, it's just slender sickness.
So, yeah, I think sometimes when these
That
things
just-
lose their mystery and they're unveiled too much in lore and different movies and stories, they get more stupid, especially when you have shitty writers behind it. So keeping this a mystery of what he does and all that, I think that's probably for the best. And a nice little
Kind of like a good mystery.
stupidity that happens around him in real life. So there you go.
I think that horror movies, like the sequels, tend to get more ridiculous. Is that the writers, not only they have to up the ante, but they often comes with, I think, one out of ideas.
Well, that's an interesting topic. I wouldn't mind doing a Monstercast about that, about writers of monsters and sequels, as we've seen with
Yeah, I think we
Predator
should. I
and
think we should
Alien.
do a monster cast on monster creators one of these days. Like we could talk about
Yeah.
like Stephen King and stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Stephen King is kind of a twat.
What I think
I like
happens
Stephen
is,
King. I just finished The Shining.
in short, what
Again.
I think happens is you get a passionate writer that creates something great because it's done with passion and quality, and then it gets handed down to different studios that soak it for money or squeeze it for money, and then you get various writers just to get a quick buck from it, and that's why you lose the quality. Because you could still get passionate writers. You still get great fan fiction on various topics. that are much better than the movies that come out because they care about it. But the writers are just hired people, and they hire cheaper ones because why not? It's a quick buck for the directors and the studio and the investors. So, alrighty, let's continue. I guess enough about Slender Man. There's a simple image of him. I did enjoy the idea in the game. I don't have the patience to play it and go and look for all the notes or whatever you had to do, so I didn't do that. I think I even streamed
I
it.
did
I don't know.
back in the time, and I had a stone face
There
the
you go.
entire time, and was mostly all disappointed when I finally lost it.
Were you scared? Did he ever freak you out?
No, I was just like,
It's sort of a
that's
jump
the one
scare-based game.
faceless man.
A
I was just
machine.
going through an edgy face, and it was not the scariest thing I had seen back then.
Yeah. A machine against a Slender Man. Let me find one
another
image.
thing
There's-
that I'd like to point out.
Go on.
Machine against a supernatural entity. That I think is what you were looking for, also, because Slender Man, if he existed, would be a supernatural entity because he doesn't obey like the laws of physics and stuff. He'd
Yeah,
actually
you don't
fit right
teleport
on
in
the SCP universe.
I
Well-
mean, Slenderman probably wouldn't cross over well with the SCPs, would he? I don't think they have a way to contain him.
He's an SCP thing. He's an
mean,
anomalous thing.
They've already got a teleport. They've already got some teleporting enigmatic figures, such as the old.
Yeah.
Are you sure he's not
I don't
just
know if they'll be able to
someone?
contain him, but they would probably be able
I
to like,
figured
rip off the area
they-
of the forest he's in,
They
or
copied
like
some
just
idea.
observe him.
The old
Yeah.
is a no.
Speaking of copies, Creepypasta is very, very prone to people
Stealing it.
making
Stealing it.
Right,
stealing
right.
ideas of other ones of them. So
Mm-hmm.
there's our new creepypasta loving person mentioned. There's like 3 versions of another infamous one that I think is really poorly written, Jeff the Killer. And then there's
My
like
name is Jeff.
so many there's so many different slender beings, and then
Gotcha.
and those are the ones that they're most known for. And then there's some other ones that are basic. There's some ones that are a little bit more of their own thing, but still, it's a lot of them ain't that great.
Yeah.
No, I remember Jeff the Killer. That's another creepy.
The one where you have to go to sleep before he comes and gets you.
Right.
No,
Before
no,
we
it's not.
continue
Jeff
to-
the Killer, I think if I understand, Jeff the Killer is more like a regular like
Right.
serial killer in the creepypasta. Like, he's one of the few creepypastas that actually is somewhat plausible.
A guy that
Yeah,
cuts
but the
off
writing
his own
was-
eyelids. and
Okay,
runs
hold on,
around the
guys. Hold
neighborhood.
on. Hold on.
He's just like an
He's just
insane.
kind of an edgy teen
murderous
killer.
teenager,
Hold on.
basically.
Gargamel. Let's hold on with the next one because I think somebody might have that one that they want to present. So let's hold off
Yeah,
before.
but it was already brought up.
Right.
That's why
Okay.
I was mentioning it.
By the way,
I just
that's one of my
remembered it.
favorite images of Slender Man. By the way, me horror show. You said, did I get your art? If your name is not Big J Wyatt, then I didn't get it. When did you send it to me, horror show? Make sure that I reply to you wherever you send it privately to me, and that's how you'll know that I got it for sure. Okay. So let's move on to the next person. Let's see. Anybody who have someone? Let me see, because I know.
can do it.
Do you have something, OCD?
Yeah.
Okay,
Every group. Alright.
let's
this,
go. Yep.
This guy, Big Meanie, it's for a creepypasta called the NES Godzilla Creepypasta, and it's pretty much just a creepypasta all about monsters and NES games. It's just a little big picture of him. It's basically this guy called Zachary. He gets this NES Godzilla cart from some friend. It's like a mysterious how his friend got this cart. Basically, as he plays it, it starts to kind of like devolve and change to like completely different levels. It's like the original NES Godzilla game is pretty simple actually, but it starts like glitching out, and basically once you finish the first level, you basically get teleported to like a level that wasn't even in the game originally. And as he
Oh.
basically plays through this level, he meets a lot of new creatures, some strange things just kind of run around. actually fights a few Godzilla monsters that aren't actually in the game. Like, it's basically a game where you fight monsters, well, fight other Godzilla monsters.
So is the creepypasta itself, or is the entity itself the video game, or in the video game?
Yeah, it's in the video game.
In the video game. Okay. What's the name of the video game?
NES Godzilla. It's a very old NES game. It's basically like
Sorry about that.
it's basically a fighter game. Like Godzilla goes to these levels, beats the shit out of
the original, the Godzilla game for the NES.
It's a pretty good game actually.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
okay for an NES game.
Yeah. The angry video game there disagrees, but I think it's a good game.
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
basically as he goes,
Okay.
as he goes to this game, the levels start getting creepy. Weird shit starts happening. Should I swear in this? Am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Please do.
Yay. I agree. That's good. But yeah, basically more scary things happen. He starts fighting bigger bosses. Basically at the end of like the first level, he gets chased down by this hell beast. He's called Red. It's like the antagonist of the entire series. Basically, it's a very long creepypasta, so it's the antagonist of it. Yeah. Guys.
Okay. So the Godzilla video game is actually a video game, right? An old video game.
Oh yeah.
But this creepypasta and the images are just images. It's not a remake of the game with this thing,
no.
right?
The guy I made did some actually excellent sprite work for it, actually. It's probably my favourite game. It's the best sprite work in any, like, creepypasta I've ever seen, really.
Wait, so the creepypasta, he actually remade the game with the creepypasta in it?
He didn't remake the game, he, like, remade screenshots of the game with
Okay,
the
so
sprites, made up
screenshots.
sprites.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and some
That's pretty cool,
and
then.
these are some really wacky sprites.
So it wasn't a mod, basically. It was just this guy added the screenshots to look creepier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this
So various scenes in the game that people would recognize, but then he twisted it up with this creepypasta
That's-
monster.
it's pretty much completely remade the way he did it. So as the story goes along, he's like making these he's taking screenshots as he goes along. So what's in the story?
That's
And of
really
course,
cool. That'd
these
be
are
cool
some
to follow,
very
yeah.
Interesting sprite work.
What's the name of the monster?
He calls it Red in the game. It's not a very creative name, but
Red.
you know, it's accurate. It's an accurate name.
So, and you said red
mean,
kind
there
of
have been
changes
worse
throughout,
names.
right?
Huh?
You said red
So
kind of
his-
changes
so his
throughout the
monster
game?
is the Pokemon protagonist.
Yeah. It's not just Red that's in this like I'm talking about. I'm talking about basically everything in this game. It's like wacky monsters, like terrifying.
Oh, okay, everything. I see. And you said, you said the red character, he kind of
He's the
changes
main
throughout
antagonist. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of hard to make anything terrifying though with old school NES style graphics because they're so similar. It's like it's almost
think it
like
does a
that
pretty
when they
good
try like a porn game with the old toy. It's so bad looking. It's barely even pronounces porn.
Yeah.
Um, so OCD, the first
It's
two
more of a
images,
story that's supposed to be...
the first two images you posted, you have one with Godzilla. Is that red with him? And then the second one, is that red
Oh yeah, that's the
also?
one. That's basically the start of the game. Like it starts kind of simple with glitches. Like everything starts glitching out. And it has to restart
Okay.
a few times.
Because
Then,
I
of course,
just
it evolves into more complex things, like this Biolante sprite, these levels and these creatures.
okay.
And it's like a final battle. It's a bit cheesy at the ending, but it's really cool though.
Yeah, no, it seems cool. Because I noticed the Lovecraftian influence and the tentacles, and I was just wondering if it's that's kind of his final
No,
appearance.
don't
or
worry, that's just Japanese.
it's not human.
But yeah, I think it is inspired by Lovecraft. Just the kind of worlds that he seems to be making with this.
Okay, that's a pretty cool
stuff
one.
before- Yeah.
Nice.
Towards the end of
Go ahead.
the game, everything's really twisted and monstrous, and the sprite art is bloody great.
That'd be so cool if that was an actual remake of the game and you could play through this.
I think someone is actually making a
Ooh. Nice.
version of this game.
I like it.
Yeah.
We need more like this on
I think
famous
it's a
games.
final form as well.
Mm-hmm.
He basically fights He fights Red in the end, and he actually wins surprisingly. takes it.
Ah.
How
Badass
did he
final
beat Red? How did he beat Red's Charizard though?
Oh, come on, Chris. All you had to do was bring in an appropriately sized water type with appropriate level.
Oh, that's
Oh, and
him.
maybe some good berries. So that...
I love his
Basically, he
life
got all
power
these-
bar.
Yeah. Pretty much everyone died, and then he unlocked this other mysterious kaiju that kicked the shit out of him,
Who do you play as?
and he died. Oh, you play as Godzilla, but you can in the game. Well, in the creepypasta, he actually picks up a couple of other monsters as well, like Anguirus, and this new one called Solomon. And of course, at the very
Solomon
end, he gets this one called Arceus or something. Arceus.
Well, he's
Something
certainly
cool.
creepy looking.
Yeah, that's the end of the game. This is the like, final battle. You should really watch it for yourself. I don't want to spoil it. It's got a couple twists, and it's just really good sprite art in general.
Yeah.
I think he's actually he's making a sequel to it as well. They're similar styles.
A lot of effort
yeah.
put into it. Yeah, loving the idea.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
guys think?
Sounds dope.
Yeah, I'd like to see that done with like more innocent mainstream games that we all know, so you can
There are
you'd
actually a lot
recognize
of
like
them. A lot
Mario
of video
even. Yeah, Mario would
There
be
are
a
lots
good
of
one.
video game creepypastas.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of
Oh,
get
okay.
cliches, like haunted video game,
Yeah.
everyone dies horribly, but this one is kind of original just because...
Like the one with Sonic,
Yeah.
where you're
You're too
coming.
slow.
But yeah, this one's really just unique because of its incredible sprite art. That's why I like it so much. And of course, all the creatures.
Yeah,
and
I
the
heard about the
costumes.
Sonic creepypasta. I'm remembering that now. The only one I could think of offhand when I first started was Slender
Yeah.
Man, but now I'm remembering a bunch of the other ones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one I
it's
was.
funny how memories suddenly pop back to the surface.
That was
Yeah,
the
it
only
is.
one I had vaguely aware of. The Sonic.exe one.
Yeah,
Was that a creepypasta too?
Mm-hmm.
barely.
Yeah, it is.
Can we get an
Definitely
image of that?
creepypasta. You should look it up, Arthur.
Well, let
You
me
can
do the
actually play
one-handed
it.
action.
There's a few.
There we go. I do this so that I can Google search it with my one hand. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. Very nice, very nice. Louisiana Dog says it's worth watching all the way through. He's referring to the Red creepypasta. The sequel is okay, but it's unfinished. And the music soundtrack for it makes it sweet.
Yeah, so I made like a fan-made soundtrack to it because you described a lot of the songs as you went through the levels, and so I made a bunch of songs from the descriptions.
All right. Cool. Thanks for sharing this with us. Super OCD. I've never heard of this one. Something
Yeah,
new and
you guys
interesting.
should watch it. Very good.
Sweet. Okay. And that's the Sonic one that I posted there. Sonic. All right, folks. Let's move on to the next person. I think JMPF. JMPF, you were ready. Would you like to go next, JMPF? Can you... Sotanic.exe. Okay. So JMPF, go ahead and write out your stuff and put your pictures. Let's see what you have to share. And Darth
Play
Phoenix,
while they're doing that.
are you sharing today also? Yes or no? Cool. There's JMPF's. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Now let me see this Sotanic.exe. Cool. Okay, it's the same. All right. All right. Good. Good. Lots of blood. We like the blood. You like the blood? Yes. Yes. We like the blood. Okay. Sketched. JMPF wrote. That's the word which, in combination with this image, causes people to go insane and aggressive. The creepypasta's name is The Grinning Man. Yes. Now you're touched.
Oh, that one.
The Grinning Man. What can you guys tell us about the Grinning Man?
Gracias.
Spook.
That's it? We're all silent?
I'm going to guess he is a very positive fellow.
Well, as Legend, I think, if I'm remembering the correct one, if Legend is correct, the guy who saw one of the guys who saw the whole video gouged out his own eyes. So, if you do the right thing, you can come upon part of it on YouTube still. But you have to jump through way too many hoops for me to bother to ever have tried it, even when I would have ever considered it might be plausible.
Wasn't it just an execution video?
So seeing what? I mean, you're just gonna see his face and his name being spoken, or what? What is it?
I'll say
I don't
now.
remember.
He's probably just a pony, and that is why everyone wants to kill themselves after that.
No.
Because it says JMPF said it's the combination of the image and the word sketched. Okay, so sketched in combination with that face will drive you insane, which I just gave you. Look at that face right now. I'm gonna say the word sketched. Are you guys going insane? Are you feeling it? Sketched. Sketched.
Jokes on him. According to what's his name while he was still here, I'm already criminally insane.
There we go. So now we should all be going insane and becoming aggressive. So
Wait, are you saying that we are not supposed? So all the killing and all the murdering things I want to do every single day is not a natural thing? Oh, okay.
Let's see, what did they say here? Venom in a dark room. Yes, that's basically Venom in a dark room.
Yeah, that guy looks like an idiot.
By the way, I did see Joker. Thanks for mentioning Joker horror show. Good movie, guys. Go see Joker.
I am aware. It's awesome.
Yep.
Hey, I have a query.
What?
A query?
Since some of my knowledge on creepypasta is a bit slim, can I mention one that is more of a monstrous sort of person rather than a straight up monster?
Go on.
Yes. Let's proceed to that.
Well, this one actually has their own song evens that y'all can check out. It's a guy called Dr. Locklear. He's a doctor, and basically, he decided that it was unfair that there were children suffering and dying while criminals got to enjoy pretty nice lives, even escaping having to go to jail often enough. So, basically, he becomes a serial murderer and starts killing criminals and taking their bits and giving them to healthy children so they can go on with better lives. Because he thinks that's more fair. And some of the police didn't like that when they figured it out and found his big thing that he had underground where he killed and tortured the people that he took the bits from to give to children to make them healthy.
That's called organ donating.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Aggressive organ donating.
And I thought they didn't just do that. I thought they just did that anyways.
So, look up God Syndrome on YouTube. It was made by the same person who wrote the character's story. And they also have some nice readings of different folk tales and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Also, they're a fan of Ghost and a Washingtonian, so I support them.
Okay, so you are... This is a creepypasta, Dr. Locklear.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said it was a creepypasta. I just said it wasn't an actual monster. It was
Oh, I see. Okay.
arguably.
Monstrous human.
That definitely is a monstrous person.
There you go.
Even if he thinks he's doing good, he's still doing evil. But
Mhm.
that does kind of make it a tiny bit more realistic, because normally, evil people don't see themselves as evil. They usually see themselves as good guys who are, doing something good, even if what they're doing is evil.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of why he stuck in my mind, and I actually found it somewhat interesting. There's no magic powers or anything, but he's got his own thing that he does, and it's morally gray, and it's pretty interesting little story, and also it's got a pretty good song to go with it. So
Please don't play the song. Please don't play the song.
as far as songs made from creepypastas go, it's pretty good.
Are you saying that this man that performed uncertified organ donations from unwilling subjects has a song to go with it?
He didn't make the song. The author of it made a song.
Mm-hmm.
DuckTales. Woo!
Reminds me of last time we talked about monster doctors, I think. Reminds me of one of them.
We talked about monstrous duct.
Yeah.
We did.
Cool. Well, thank
I was
you,
sad that I missed.
Queen of Kobolds. That's, I think, the fourth creepypasta monster we've talked about
We need to
today.
talk about the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror monsters one of these days on this show.
Mm-hmm.
We might.
Very cool, very many of them.
All right. Let's go on to the next person then. Darth Phoenix, if you have something to share, a creepypasta monster, please share it now. If no, then don't forever hold your peace. But hold your pieces. JMPF is done. Let's see. Let's move on to... Let's see what he's typing. He's typing up a storm, folks. Good. And you guys over on YouTube, Louis Horror Show, also. Horror Show, I do have a message on Facebook, so I'm asking you if your initials are JE. If they are, then I did get your artwork. Can you reply to me over on YouTube, Mr. Horror Show? Me Horror Show. Louis says they should really do research if they're going to vote on a subject. Indeed. Not sure who voted. I know Beth brought this up last weekend.
I did not vote for creepypastas. I can confirm that.
So the few of us appeared that didn't vote. It's all good. It's going well. It's going well. I'm learning new things, and I'm sure you guys are as well, so it's all good. That's the whole point. That is you, Horror Show. Okay, then yes, I did get it, and I will reply to you on there after we are done here. Okay? So thank you for that. It looks sweet. Can't wait to look these over. Actually, the submissions this year are all looking pretty damn good so far. I think it's because of the challenge in this art contest. It's not just some monster. I put specific things to it, so it seems like only the better artists maybe are participating. But we'll see.
Well, they better not be too good, because I would very much so make good use of the funds.
So...
Okay.
I
Next
really
person.
need those $20.
Yes.
I'm aiming
well,
for the 100. What are you talking about?
Go ahead, Darth Phoenix. Post your creepypasta info. I know it's not exactly a creepypasta, but it's similar. So let's go. It is called Siren Head. Ooh, I like it.
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah. Siren. Great. It's a little bit more Dr. Seuss than I was expecting, but I still like it. So take a look at the image, folks. I like even the logo in his name, the eye in his name has his head. Siren Head. Looks like an annoying monster. It's creepy and annoying. What a way to mix that up. Almost like Slender Man. Guess it goes with the theme.
He's actually pretty creepy looking.
Right. What can you tell us about it? Ooh, I like that realistic image. So where is it from? First of all, Darth Phoenix, where is this lore from? Where is this story from? Is it a different website? Somebody wrote it? Are they just images and then people made up stuff about it? Where does it come from? And what can he do? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Sorry, that's a kindergarten cop reference. Okay, all right. We got youngins.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah.
One of Arnold's finest.
One of Arnold's goofiest.
That movie was hilarious.
It's good though.
Which one of them?
Kindergarten cop.
Kindergarten.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? All right. Phoenix is typing it up. Let's take a look here. Aim for
Phoenix!
Mr. Me Horror Show said that he's aiming for the $20 prize as well. Hopefully, guys, we get more than 20 people in this contest. We should, but I think that because I made it such a challenge, I don't think we're going to hit that. So, unfortunately, we won't hit the next funding amount. So, it's going to be the $100 main prize, and then, what was it? 20 and 10 instead of 30 and 10. First prize
Well,
doesn't
I am
change.
still happy with that.
Cool, cool.
Also,
Okay.
what you might do next time, this is just a suggestion, but what you might do next time,
Mhm.
maybe you should have 3 tiers. Like, you have the low tier that if you meet this amount, you'll only pay this much. But then if you meet the second high tier, like, you'll pay a little bit more. But then the third tier, you're going to do even more. But you make it a very high number of people that have to participate for the third tier to be hit. And that might encourage more people to do it if the third tier is high enough.
So what do you mean by the tiers in the contest? So can you give me an example?
You said, like, how many people have to participate to get a $100? For the $100 prize to be unlocked, Arthur.
Well, the 100 is already unlocked, but yeah, for the other ones to unlock, to go higher, I did say 20, if 20 or more people total participated.
Okay, well, what if you set up so that if 40 people participated, or 45 people, maybe you'd raise the prize to $200.
Oh, okay.
That's the factor of Arthur's own financial abilities.
A very high number of people have to participate
Right.
to unlock that number, and some people might say, maybe I should participate just to raise it to that high number because it's much higher now.
I see what you're saying, Gargamel. So basically make more steps rather than just one step like that. You know, I thought about that. It's just sort of what along the lines of what Chris said there. My funding is limited, so... And that doesn't really... I mean, the more people that participate, that doesn't really give me any funding. Because
Good
the
point.
video is monetized, but these contest videos don't make any money, really, because the views are so low on it. So it's not going to help me get more money when more people participate. I just do it as motivation. So it really is all out of my pocket. Therefore, I can't
Might
do
still
too
want to
many
do
steps.
the gradual thing though, maybe just with small amounts.
I think so too. I like that idea. So instead of making like $20 jumps, I can make like $5 or $10 jumps, and start them off earlier.
Next time though, not this time.
Maybe make the prize different, like not money, like something else. I know
Well,
it'd be there.
yeah. Also, the prizes can change because some people can't accept cash on PayPal, so then I can send them gift cards on Amazon. If they can't accept that, then I'll send them a prize of equal value and they can tell me what they want. So I can do things like that. I think with this one, I'm going to keep it kind of cash just to keep in the theme of this, every year. But once I start doing more contests, which I would love to do in giveaways, I'd like to change that up a bit and mix it up.
Hey, I'm gonna have to. I think.
Not gonna lie, I'd probably.
I think I'm gonna have to go now.
Okay, Gargi.
I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye, my sweet
I hope
child.
you guys enjoy the rest of this Monstercast.
Right on. See you,
guys
buddy.
Have a nice day.
Have an awesome
See you later.
weekend. That was a good suggestion. I hope I remember it. You guys
Dice
remind me of it.
giveaways.
Okie dokie. Let's catch up with Darth Phoenix here and the Siren Head. Okay, Siren Head. The guy who made it is called Trevor Henderson, and he makes many creepy monsters. I don't know where he sends them. Twitter, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so it's some guy on the internet. This is how he sounds like. Let's play it, guys. I'm going to play it live. And I'm not getting any sound. Oh, because it's muted. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's awesome, guys. So it's like a regular kind of war siren that you'd hear. Ooh. Or like a tornado siren here. Tornado sirens are freaking creepy. I always thought so since childhood, and I still think... I think the siren itself is usually scarier than the tornado. For those
That's
of you that
until you
haven't.
see it.
What's that?
That is until you actually see the tornado.
Right. Until... Yep. Because usually you don't see it or feel it or anything, so it's just the siren that creeps you out. I love it, though. This made it even creepier. I thought it's going to be like this squeaky kind of short siren that's just annoying, but it's actually those long kind of war scary sirens that travel for miles or kilometers. I like that. I like that somebody finally made a monster with that sound incorporated with it. That is cool. Thank you for sharing that, Darth. Gives Slenderman a run for his money and creepiness. I wonder what he does, though. He just walks around and makes that siren. I want. Oh, that'd be so cool if he walks around. That's one of the things. Love it or hate it, the movie Silent Hill. I loved the movie Silent Hill. It's actually one of my favorite horror movies. It's not exactly by the lines of the game, but it's pretty close, especially when you compare other game movies. But in the movie, if you haven't seen Silent Hill, you hear a siren, and that's when the whole world in that little space that they're in starts going insane, and it burns and goes to hell, and things come out. I love that part of the movie because it's so creepy. That's one of my favorite things why I love the movie, because you hear the siren and everything starts going to hell. It lasts for a few minutes, then things go back to normal. I love that idea. Because anytime you hear it, it's
Could
like...
I interrupt in a moment?
It's time to hide.
I
Yes.
think there's something else I would like to take a look at for a moment. So could I throw off my creepypasta quickly and run off to check on that?
Okay. So it's C's turn?
I found an old one called Smile Dog, and I found it adorable. Because
There's two of them. Which one?
I mean, there is the one with the normal image where I get an email with this, with the image of a really grotesquely looking dog. I mean, I couldn't tell what was wrong in the first place.
It's smiling.
Yes, it's smiling. Look at it, it's so happy.
Ah, yes, this dog. So I've seen it.
Let's
So what
just
is this
have
dog
a
again?
smile.
What does it do?
And then there was this one. And if you don't send it to someone else, you're going to get an image with this, and you're going to find this thing stalking you or something. I don't remember.
The real question is, who is the dog that they
I don't know, it's a dog.
I see.
mean,
So it's all about the image. It's not like this entity shows up. It's the image, and then weird things happen to you, right?
Yes, something.
Along those lines. Okay.
Well,
Okay, guys. It's all good that we don't know much today because this is Creepypasta 101. If we
Well,
ever choose
I'll
to
be
do... Okay, thank you, C. Sorry for breaking
good
you.
time.
Hope you come back. If not, have a good one.
Hey.
Cool. So remember, it's a 101. We're all learning here. If we ever do a second Creepypasta episode, a 102, let's say, then hopefully we'll have Beth around and some kind of expert about Creepypasta, and we'll probably tackle this stuff but get real answers, definite answers. Until then, this is just to tickle you guys on the subject, especially people like Pro. He didn't have a care or interest in Creepypasta, but that's why these episodes are here, because I didn't either, and that's why it's interesting, because there's every little space on the internet that comes up with creepy stuff, like SCPs, Creepypasta. Every area has something good in there somewhere. Some gems. So it's what we do here on the
You just have
Monstercast
to
to
look
find them
really
out.
hard at some of them.
There you go. But sometimes you don't. You just come to a Monstercast and you'll find people that have. And it saves you time
Hell yeah.
and headache. So there we go. So we have this image one. And yeah, so what I was saying with the I just want to finish that up since I was in mid-thought. With the siren head monster, that'd be cool if when he starts coming near you and the louder you start to hear the noise, the world just starts to go insane around you. Leaves start to wither and die. Things start to rust, something like that. That would be cool. And creepy, crawly things start to come out from nowhere. And it lasts for a few minutes or an hour. And then when the sound dies down, everything goes back to normal. That'd be nice. So yeah, anytime you hear that sound, it's time to frickin' hide. Stay hidden for those 10 minutes and hope you survive. And when you're out, it's all good. What a great cleanser that would be on humanity. If I do say so
Interesting
myself.
choice of words.
Hopefully it would just get those idiots out there and the evil people, but you know, of course some innocents would die in the process, which sucks. But yeah, what if we had a monster like that on Earth that walks around, and if it comes near you, shit happens, people die. But you know, it's a little bit of a natural cleanser of mainly humans.
That does not sound natural at all.
All right, let's
Sounds
continue.
like the Earth's
That's what I'm thinking,
antibodies against a virus like us.
I'm not promoting this idea or anything. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, all right. For those
This
sensitive out
Monstercast
there.
Large
we get-
predator for a very overpopulated species.
we get into Arthur's inner demons.
There we go. The ring crawler said smiling
my
dog
stand-up.
JPEG. It's sent as a chain letter. So he's referring to what C was talking about, the smiling dog. It's sent as a chain letter. Viewing this image will drive you crazy with hallucinations and nightmares. Fun. Is it a lifelong experience, or does it end after a certain period? Many people...
Sounds like mine.
That'd be kind of cool, because if it lasts for, like, let's say a couple days, then it's like a drug. People would send this to each other and, like, sell this image to get a high off of it and then get back to normal. Like a big LSD trip. Many people didn't like the Silent Hill sequel. Their weak minds cannot understand the high knowledge and the realization that their universe is a grain of sand in the breach of existence. I loved it. The game I hear is much better. My best friend is a big fan of the game, but he said the movie's still good, so that's a good thing. There is many Silent Hills. That's true too. Okay, folks, let's move on. Where do we go now? Dio, holy Dio, you are there. Do you have anything for us that's Creepypasta related to share? If you do, please share or forever hold your pieces. Who else do we have here?
I'll forever be in pieces.
We need little goblin trolls like that about. And he's typing up something. We'll see if it's in reply. Oh, there he goes. He is on topic. Well, I could mention Mr. Widemouth. Okay. Is this a creepypasta?
Mr. Wipeout's
It's
better.
my favorite.
It is. Ooh, all right. Good. So we have some knowledge on it. All right. So join in with
good.
Dio
Yeah,
to share, to let us know what this is. And the silence begins. Dio, tell us more about it. Bog, please tell us more about it if you know, since you like it.
Oh. I thought somebody else was talking about it, but okay.
Dio is typing, so while he's typing up, you can share as well.
Well, I'd just like to point out that it looks similar to another thing that is already objectively terrifying to most people, which is Furbies.
Okay.
They are unsettling.
So the second image...
Fun fact, my sister actually used to have a haunted Furby.
Interesting.
You mean to tell me there are Furbies that are not haunted?
There's some that are more or
Nice one,
less
Chris.
haunted. That one would do its thing even if it was without batteries and stuff. So eventually they burned it. I find it amusing that even because of that, my family doesn't believe in ghosts or anything. They were like, it was possessed by a demon. We are good Christian folk. We know there ain't such thing as ghosts. They're just demons in disguise.
Right. Any weird phenomenon is going to be a demon. There can't be
It's the fault
anything
of the
else in
devil,
this
man.
huge universe.
There's no such thing as ghosts or demons or anything of that spiritual nonsense, but I'm not gonna be the one testing to see if that is actually true or not.
Well, it's hard to say what is or what isn't. We barely have any knowledge as it is as humans, so it's hard to make things black and white. It's just better to stay open and experimentative if you want to be experimentative. So, as far as the second image that Dio posted, Bog and Dio, is that it also? Because we have the Furby one, and then we have a second one, which is a person with a wide mouth. Is that also it, or not it? What is Mr. Widemouth exactly? Is it just the Furby, or is it any character with a wide mouth?
Oh, that's a different character entirely.
Oh, I see. Okay, that is. Okay, so the Furby wide mouth thing, what is it? What do we know about it? What's the creepypasta about it?
Okay, so basically, it's like an imaginary best friend, right? And so it would befriend kids it befriended this kid at this house and all that. And it started wanting to do slightly more dangerous games eventually, such as let's play invisible trampoline. And the kid's like, well, jump I don't think I should jump out the window. It's like, you just have to believe hard enough, and when you jump down, you'll bounce all the way back up. Kid didn't want to do that. So eventually, it tried a different one. Hey, how about knife juggling? So he didn't do that. So eventually, kid was getting close to where he was going to be moving out. His family was planning on moving, right? So Mr. Widemouth is like, hey, I want to show you something in the woods. And it's down this path, sort of thing. And the kid didn't end up going down because he was getting a weird feeling about it and all that. And years later, he comes back and, as an adult, finally goes down that path. And he finds a cemetery. And there's no sign of Mr. Widemouth. But he sees that there's a grave that has his name on it. Think of that what you will.
Whose name on it? The kids or White Mouse?
The kids.
The kids.
Okay, the kids.
See, when you start hearing weird voices, what you do, you go to the kitchen, you grab yourself some salt, then you grab a shotgun, pour the salt in, lock and load.
I like that. I like
somebody I
that.
know actually has a shotgun specially made to shoot salt.
Nice. They are
Is it
prepared
open-ended?
individual.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's never any other mention of any other kids or anything doing that, but it's insinuated that there may have been other children that had that happen, and that's why there's a graveyard out there.
Well, to quote a video game character, paranoia is just a fancy word for total awareness.
There you go. Oversensitivity. Cool. Let's see what Dio said. I don't remember. I just remember that he wanted a kid to jump out a window and imagine the trampoline outside, or that he throws knives in the air. Yeah. So, yeah. Bog, thank you for that roundup and summary of that. I like these. That's what makes a lot of good, especially these online creepy stories. That's what makes them pretty good, is when they're left open-ended like that. I don't know if we did that on this show before. Did we do that? So what I'm talking about is those 1-minute horror stories, or those like few sentence horror stories. I'm sure you guys have seen those. Have we talked about that here? Because I feel like we brought that up here, and my attention was brought up to that here. There's some YouTube videos on them. They're really short stories. They're like a few sentences or like one sentence. Yeah, we did talk about them here. We did.
You brought them last year during the Monstercast about stories.
About stories?
Yes, last year.
What?
The Halloween special.
It was a Halloween special. Nice. Good. JMPF, you are awesome. Thank you for remembering that. You are like my glossary of World of Monsters content. He even like saves like his favorite episodes and downloads them. It's awesome. Okay. So yeah, we did talk about that. And there's like short, I can't remember one right now. Like, I woke up out of bed and looked in the mirror and couldn't see myself. Like something along those lines. It's very short, but it's creepy. They're actually creepier than a lot of long stories that people write out. And it's just reminded me of that. You guys know
mysterious endings and like twists.
Yeah. There's always a little twist, and it's like a joke. You know, a joke is short. You say the thing, and you have a punchline. And these are the opposite. You say the little thing that's happening, and then a twist.
It's like a punchline, a scary punchline.
Exactly, a scary punchline. I love them. I'd like to. Damn, if I would have remembered that, I would have.
It's just a comedy.
Maybe next. How about next episode? I guess only for those of you that are here today would know this. By next episode we're going to talk about horror movie killers. If you guys can come up with one or find one such very brief, very short, very short, scary story like that to share on the Monstercast. Remember, these are like 2-3 sentences long, no more than that. And you can see a whole video just going one by one on YouTube with that. So those are awesome. Thank you, Bago. Thank you, Holy Dio. So we got this teddy bear kind of thing that does things, tries to trick you. Going on to YouTube, Louis Zenadog said, Annis is the goat man. Listen up, guys, if you are aware of this. Not sure if it's a creepypasta. Let's see. It's about a bunch of teenagers who went camping and all were slowly being stalked by this demonic being with the head of a goat. He terrified them till the light of dawn. Okay, so have you guys heard of this one? Anasis, the goat man?
Nope.
Nope. Bago?
I did.
JMPF.
I heard about it.
Awesome, JMPF. Anything
He's
else?
from Maryland.
Maryland, okay. And is it a creepypasta? Oh, he left. I guess so. And he's back. And he's gone.
Troll.
He's toying with us. Toying with my emotions.
Grab a
He's on
shotgun,
Linux.
JMPF.
What, JMPF? JMPF, so is Anasis the goat man a creepypasta? Okay. That means yes. Let's go on. So we do have this goat man. Goat men are great. That would
They are very rich in protein.
abduct
Yep.
teenagers in the forest. Cool. And it's in Maryland. Sweet. Very cryptozoologic. Very cryptid-like. Raincrawler says, The Midnight Man. The Midnight Game. At 12 a.m., write your name in on a piece of paper. Put a drop of blood. Put a drop of blood on it, I guess. Put the paper on the door and knock 22 times. Once you invoke the Midnight Man, you will keep the candle light always, or made a circle of salt surrounding you. Okay, so once you get this Midnight Man invoked, you need to light a candle to keep yourself safe and surround yourself with a circle of salt. The game ends at 3:33 a.m. Do not leave him to catch you. So that's the game, a real life game. Okay, guys?
Uh-huh. Yeah, see,
Speaking of games, we should actually talk about ritual.
Agreed, like Bloody Mary.
yeah, on the topic of a Bloody Mary and these ritual things stuff,
Superstitions.
they've always left me with one question: why the fuck would you do that? Like, even if it's not
Curiosity, I'd say, is my good answer.
Because you're a stupid teenager.
Like, even if it's not true, why the fuck would you risk learning if it's true? See, that's my basically stands on.
I mean, there's one that allows you to get a wish granted, which is actually one of the only ones that I can see a reason why.
Ooh.
Is it worth dying over?
Right. Does it come with a cost?
Only if you try and do it again or get caught playing by the ghost.
Raincrawler said there was a movie
Yeah.
also. Raincrawler, so was this a creepypasta? Sorry, Chris.
No, it's fine.
Oh, so that's what the Bye Bye Man was based on? I'm assuming. I actually did kind of see that for the hell of it. I just turned that on the TV. Such a retarded, weak attempt. And just a poor movie title. Who would want to see a movie called The Bye Bye Man? A cheap horror flick.
Overall, this is my stance on the whole things. Ghosts, demons, angels, other spiritual entities, these creepypasta, none of that exists. Am I going to test if it exists or not? Hell no.
That's funny then. You're not very confident in your approach then.
I'm a man who does not take risks unless I know there's an 80%
Right.
chance for me to win.
So that means you're not 100% on it. You still have at least 1% that's questionable and skeptical. At least to be safe.
I need at least just 80% or more.
There you go.
The odds are not like that, I am not rolling the dice.
That's right. As the saying goes, only fools are positive. So you should always be about 98% with everything and keep that 2% just in case. So once again, what you got to do is at 12 a.m. at midnight, write your name on a piece of paper, put a drop of blood on it, put the paper on a door, and knock 22 times. Alrighty? And stay alive until 3:33 a.m. Insane. There was a movie also, blah, blah, blah. The problem with the Goatman is that people have seen such being in real life. Goatman Bridge, for example, and he isn't so much of a creepypasta anymore. Right. Yeah, sounds like, yeah, Goatman is a bit of a cryptid. Which I guess cryptid, comparing creepypasta and cryptid, creepypasta is completely false, completely fiction and made up by writers. We know who they are, usually even. But cryptids we don't, and apparently there's footage or cases or experiences. So it has a bit more to it being real. A lot more than a creepypasta, but a little bit more than something that actually exists. So a hint of reality to it. My phone keeps disconnecting from the chat. Well, stop it, Horror Show. We need you here. We can't make this through without you. Dio says, I'm so nervous right now. It must be nighttime there, Dio. Well, remember, Dio, we don't believe in it. Chris will shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
Precisely.
They did that on same show last night. Do it, Chris. Do it. Okay, continuing.
I eat boogeymen.
Hitting the wall. Okay. Oh shit. Need to do the.
Considering it was the bug. Were you the one who just said that?
Yes.
Considering your fascination with vor, I am not surprised.
It's not a fascination I could stop whenever I want.
There you go.
Sure.
Raincrawler said the movie is Midnight Man. Okay, so it's not Bye Bye Man. It's Midnight Man. Okay, cool. I wonder if there's a movie on Bloody Mary, since that's such a common thing in the U.S. Vlad, it's okay if you don't believe in ghosts. I unfortunately grew up in a house with many Twilight Zone type situations. Yep, indeed, Louis. Go ahead, Chris.
No, if Twilight Zone stuff happens, just roll on the opposite side of your bed. Just if you're looking under, just roll on the other. What I do to feel better in case my brain starts imagining any ghosts and stuff happening, I just imagine Yautja Predator appearing behind the monster and just mauling it to death.
There you go.
Helps me sleep at night better.
I'd really like to. Yeah, I'd really like to think that your house is really haunted and you're just stubbornly saying they're not real, so they don't have as much power over you.
That'd be a funny thing if Chris has had the most weird phenomena around him. That's why he has this opinion out of all of us.
Literally nothing bad happens in my house. Everything is perfectly normal. The only weird thing that's happened in like the last year or so is because today I was okay. So we purchased 2 cupboards from Jisk. It's another Swedish furniture company, and being the man of the house, I'm the one who's assembling them. And as I was assembling one, on one of the pieces I had to screw in one of the nails, and I was using a power tool, and all of the other nails of the exact same type went in like a glove. This one would not. My hand would constantly buckle for some reason, and the hole got tore open. Literally nothing else for the past year has happened that would merit something like this.
That's a creepypasta.
I mean, generally, my stance on the paranormal or religious side of things is the same thing I tell to Christians that try to convince me of Bible stuff. Hello, my name is Thomas. Which, for those watching that are not familiar, is a reference to one of Jesus's apostles, Saint Thomas, who didn't believe all that stuff and said, "Until I see and touch, I do not believe." My stance is the same.
Yes. Alrighty. Dio says he would just run away. Reminded me of the wonderful Monty Python Holy Grail scene. As they watch the deadly bunny.
Brave Sir Robin.
Oh, I love it. He's got a chicken on his shield. Such an awesome movie. Timeless
The
movie.
brave Sir Robin bravely ran away.
Run
That was
away,
a
run
glorious
away.
movie.
You guys must seen this movie. Great British humor. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. If
yeah,
anyone
so
hasn't
that's
seen
quite
it,
a
get
difference.
it.
Suprosity,
I'm seeing how far I can get in Dark Souls without leveling up.
do you enjoy the British humor there? Or this kind, Suprosity?
Yeah. I used to download it.
What are you saying?
I used to get it.
I used to what?
I used to get the Monty Python.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you used to watch it?
I haven't watched it. I want to get it.
I want to... What are you saying? I want to get it?
I want to obtain the movie so I can
Okay.
visually observe it with my eyeballs.
There we go. Everybody hear her nice and clear now? Thank you.
I heard her the first time.
So did I. Okay, continuing.
Very funny.
Cool. Yes. Me too. Me too. I want more about stuff. Okay. I think. Oh, Joseph. We got a Joseph on YouTube. Monty Python and the Grail is hilarious. Cool. I think everybody's shared. Well, no, Suprosity hasn't actually. So let's
I
go
have.
forward. You have?
I
Oh
shared
yes,
the
yes, you
other
did the
one.
video game one. Okay, I guess that's everybody. Let's go back to, since I did skip over it, and I don't have anything to share really. Let's go back to Jeff the Killer. Who he is, what it is, where it started. Anyone?
It's kind of more just like an entertaining fan fiction and a real creepypasta.
Yeah. The kid got cool while still being a preteen and just went insane because things happened. Also, bleach and fire
Good
together
puberty.
does not do that to your face.
Okay,
How
so
would you know?
it's about a kid that went insane. Yes? And put
Bad chemistry and anime logic.
bleach and fire on his face. Yes? Am I?
No, he got beat up by some other kids and they tried to kill him or whatever on his birthday.
Oh, okay, and they
And
did that
they-
too.
That is
happened.
awful.
And they spilled bleach on him and lit him on fire, basically. And somehow that turned his face a
Right.
pallid white.
And took away his nose.
So
And
that's
then-
the
Krillin
that's
with
the
hair.
Took and then he took a shower curtain rod and beat the shit out of them so badly that they nearly died, or did die, depending on the story, I think. Anyways, doesn't end
Deserved.
well for them, and then he decides he looks really beautiful, so it hurt him to keep on smiling all the time because of how much he liked his face. So he cut off his eyelids so he could always see his face in the mirror and cut his smile to be really wide so he didn't have to work at it at all.
I see.
Which is kind of lazy and kind of stupid.
very stupid.
Well, yeah, the explanation is a lot more lazier than, for example, the Joker and why he did that in the movie. That made a lot more sense. He had an issue with his father and all that. I like that. But this, yeah, he looks annoying. He looks actually more annoying than the siren-headed monster.
It looks like a twat.
Yeah, I give the annoying prize for the most annoying monster of the night to Jeff the Killer. Okay,
If you
so...
think he's annoying, you should see all of his fangirls.
Ugh. Alright.
Gosh dang.
I kind of like the... I don't know, I could say I kind of like the appearance of it, like what I'm seeing. It could be kind of cool, you know, an insane thing, the eyes. But hearing the story, knowing it's a teenager and all this shit.
I believe it was a preteen.
Oh, goodness, stop it. No more. No more,
I
Boggle.
believe it is
Quite a
cringy as
big
fuck.
word by crazy preteen. Like,
And as far as those stories go, a picture that got shared a little bit earlier, Tiki Toby, that did it better.
Right.
Yeah, that one.
More manipulative and creepy. Again, if you would have
He was a character that I could actually feel bad for.
If you would have
And there's
taken
a couple
out
of others that are like that. Like one guy who gets his head crushed open with a frickin' mallet or sledgehammer or something, and he basically becomes an undying man eventually. So he's really just a revenant.
I'm seeing too much repetition with the whole smiley face and creepy eyes and creepypasta. It's like people are running out of ideas.
It's very
Yeah,
what's the word? Overexposed.
Yeah.
Overdone.
Overdone. Yeah. It's oversaturated.
Yeah, that's the word.
So
That's the perfect word.
again,
Because people really like to redo the same things over and over. They're like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I want my own version of that.
and it gets worse, and then you get this kind of story.
And all the horny
Like,
teenagers.
I'm not making fun of all of them or all the people who like them. It's just
Sure.
some of them are undeniably worse than others.
Yeah. Again, if you took away that whole explanation that you gave us, Bog, and I just had this image, it's better left like that. I'm better just left imagining what this could be, because the image isn't all that terrible or not creepy. But once you add the story and all that, yeah, sounds like a bad horror flick.
Oh, fun fact. I actually was a person that helped inspire an idea for a creepypasta that was actually semi-interesting. I don't remember how to find it or anything. But
Okay.
somebody was like, give me some ideas. And he took two people's ideas and put them in the same thing. I was just like, what if somebody is cursed with immortality and just keeps on testing people with like their greatest fears so they can take on his yoke of immortality and just allow him to die. And somebody else was like, hey, one spider appears and that on the edge of somebody's screen and they freak out, and then eventually they get swarmed by them. And a short story was made by that author that was just looking for random ideas. And I think it ended up being put on Creepypasta eventually. But fun little thing to remember fondly that I helped inspire.
That's pretty
Indeed.
good.
Adorable.
And that was when I was in my preteens. I just like, you know what? That seems like an interesting idea.
There you have it.
And a person who actually had close to professional level writing skills wrote a little story.
Cool. Better idea than this preteen monster probably written by an adult. So, there you have it, folks.
Pirate Mad Preteen.
True. Hello, Joseph, over on YouTube. If, Joseph, you have anything to share, guten Tag. Oh, good. Any creepypasta monster, then let me know. Unless you're from here, unless you're Darth, or I know you're not Dio. So, let's continue. We're wrapping up here slowly. Don't know why Jeff the Killer reminds me of Marilyn Manson. Because of that makeup style.
Marilyn Manson wears it better.
Yeah. Louis said, except Marilyn Manson's awesome. Yeah, except Marilyn Manson's a lot more interesting of a figure and actually a good artist. Say what you will about him, but as far as an artist, he's good. He's a good artist.
I love Marilyn Manson.
Creepypasta storyline. And remember, for you folks out there that hate him for whatever reason, going mainstream, hey, if you're weird and whatever, and you just happen to go mainstream because people are liking you, hey, it's not your fault, and you're going to go chase that money. So always keep that in mind when you're over judgmental over sellouts, or what you think are sellouts. Let's see, creepypasta storyline.
Speaking of sellouts, everybody, there's another song that I think y'all should hear. It's called Sellout. It's by Aurelio Voltaire. It has nothing to do with any of this, but it's a good song by a good artist.
Voltaire is great.
Now, since we're talking about creepiness and all that, and the spirit of it, let me ask you guys, out of all the creepypastas we shared today, or any that you may be knowledgeable of, because of what Horror Show mentioned there. I want to ask you guys, which do you find the most frightening, the most creepy, the most scary?
I think you're really into
Not
light,
applicable.
Chris.
Well, let's start. Darth Phoenix, who do you think is the most scary, or which creepypasta do you think is the most frightening? GMPF, please let us know as well. Chris, I'm just going down by name.
None really.
You don't find any of them too creepy?
No.
Okay.
Mostly just meh.
Okay. Fair enough. Bog, what were you saying?
I don't find any of them particularly scary. I like the potential that some of them have for bigger stories, and I'm saddened that some of them are. I'm not gonna say wasted. Some of the ideas could have done a lot. You could have done a lot more with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so
like,
they have more
again,
potential.
Yeah, like shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, it'll come back to me eventually. Go
Okay.
on.
Interlude when you need. Ciprocity, you were saying?
Wait, sorry.
So which one do you think would be the most creepy? I mean, it doesn't
I
necessarily
think
have
I'm
to
quite
scare
afraid
you,
of
but
Smile Dog's idea. Huh?
go ahead.
I was supposed to be sorry.
Sorry.
You go first.
No, I was interrupting. Go ahead.
Smile Dog's the most creepy to me. Like the idea of you just look at you, just glance at you, kind of screwed. You know, especially if you don't know what story. You just end up stumbling across the image. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Those kind of ideas. Kind of like the movie The Ring, right?
Yeah, like the ring.
You watch something and...
Except it actually gives you a warning and tells you what to do to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, the whole
in the end, it's your
idea
own fault.
of something
Unless
that...
you actually stumble across it in a forum, and there's no warning.
Right. Warning, yeah. The whole idea of something... I like that, like what the movie did, Bird Box, where you have something that you can't see, or like even Lovecraftian stuff, an entity that you can't imagine what it looks like. That's just such a fun concept because it makes you so curious, and it's so wonderful when it's never revealed what it is.
On
Speaking
one
of
end,
which-
curious, but on the other, oh, it's so horrible you can't even imagine what it looks. It kind of stinks of lazy to me.
It can. That's why it needs a good story around it, for sure.
As far as the Bird Box movie goes, I don't think it's as much. It's so horrible that people kill themselves, because there are people who are already have mental illness that end up being like, "Oh, it's beautiful. We need to show other people it," and becoming more homicidal. But it's more of it just has an influence that it gets over you for you looking at it.
Yeah.
It affects you through sight. Also,
Like
they
Medusa,
did do
Medusa does that.
they did do art of it, and it looked pretty stupid, which is one of the reasons that they kept it out all the way.
Mm.
Oh,
That's
right. Yep. Yeah, very good choice that they did. It's those little decisions that are sometimes last minute that change a movie as a whole.
It was like a grotesque baby thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I do like those if the story's, again, if it's a good story surrounding it, right? I have actually one video on the channel when I was doing literature, monstrous literature, and it was a short story, a Japanese short story. It's Cowhead. I don't know if you guys remember seeing it on my channel.
Must have been a while ago. I don't quite
It
recall it.
It's in my folder.
There we go. It's in your folder. I knew out of anybody JMPF you would have remembered it. And basically it's a story that if I recall correctly, the teacher or the school bus driver tells the story to the children, and it's the scariest story they've ever heard, and then they were never heard of before or something like that. But we don't know what the story is. the story itself, telling about the story, is also a scary story. So you have that double action. But then everybody's like, so what's the story that did it? And of course, I don't think it was ever written out, really. People are all looking, but, they're teenagers. But it probably was never written out. That's just the point, So it's a little cool double story thing. It's a little lazy, especially the way I told it. So it all depends on how you would tell it, right? But it's a pretty cool little scary story. That's basically what it was. It's a scary story. It's a very short video. If you ever look on my channel or just search Cowhead story, I think, where did I even get that from? It's not a creepypasta. Again, it's an old Japanese, Japanese tale. So there you have it.
On the topic of whatchamacallit, Bird Box, you said they look like a weird baby thing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's like a old man kind of child
so
thing,
something
yeah.
like the botchling from Witcher 3?
Not quite. I think it looks a little bit more old manish. Let me see if you can find it, Bago, or I'll try to find it.
I think the best way to explain it is somewhere between something vaguely demonic and the old stories about pixies. Do you know how pixies used to look?
Good demonic pixie.
Yeah, pixies used to be like diminutive.
Here it is, Chris.
Old men with
Spoiler, not really.
greatly oversized. Oh, that's a. I was talking about a concept art.
This is the concept art. Yeah, this is, if you search it, this is what it is.
Come
They
on,
just-
Arthur, it seems that my ploy has not worked. Can you just say botchling for me once?
Well, I see this more as an old man. I don't know. It has a little bit of a Star Trek feel.
There, yeah.
An old
To it?
man with a baby face.
Old man, baby face.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what pixies were basically.
Botchling is literally
I
like
tried to bait Arthur into
a
saying
baby.
the word botchling. 'Cause
Okay,
I think
botchling.
it sounds neat in his voice.
Botchling. Botchling was awesome, by the way. I love that little story arc there. It was emotional. It was wonderful in the game. Botchling. All right, so catching up with
one more time.
no, now it's getting nasty.
Say it one more time for the way it.
It's like how Super OCD was talking about her voice and me hearing it or something. Although it wasn't like that. Real quick before I catch up with the YouTube comments, here we go. So I remember seeing this face too, Jeff the Killer, but I'm referring to the one on the left.
It's Momo.
Yeah, Momo. Ugh. What is this? Is this a creepypasta? Yes, no, maybe so.
No, that's just what happens when you have too much plastic surgery.
Okay, so that's not a creepypasta, yes?
Nah, it's not. Project Momo is, and people took it and used it for scary things.
Right. I think somebody just posted it and then it became a meme and all this shit, right? So it's a meme.
This is kind of funny.
Okay, gotcha. Catching up.
It's actually-
Go ahead.
That looks disgruntling.
But yeah, it's a Japanese art project, and
Oh, okay.
it
So
got
is that
bad
an actual
reputation.
person?
No.
It's a model. It's a sculpture. It's actually just chicken legs and tits as well. It's quite funny.
Oh, really? Ew.
That's just the head of it.
I'm gonna Google it. Hopefully, it's not too bad for YouTube.
It has
cares?
tits. You probably shouldn't.
Ah, I see some boobs.
Big
I'm gonna post
ones.
it. I'm posting it.
It has tits. You probably shouldn't.
It's got titties.
super
Oh,
Chicken
so it's not even human. Take a look, guys.
It's its bottom half is up. You posted it. Yeah, it's like a chicken human hybrid.
Oh, cool. So it's a little art project. Actually, it's pretty cool. It is creepy, so it does get the points for creepiness.
It's got titties.
I appreciate it. There you go, folks.
That's
This is a. It's got titties, so you probably shouldn't. Super OC.
I tried to warn you, but now you are cursed with the image of chicken titties.
Who would chase who?
Not cursed, just confused. Why chicken titties, though?
Because chicken breasts are tasty.
Mm. What a good argument.
I prefer legs.
Thighs are also good.
The thighs are best.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, there you have it, folks. Next time you chase a chicken about, you may just be chasing this, so watch out, because it'll chase you back. Alrighty. Story about driving. Creepypasta. So Louis said the scariest one he thought was the red one, from the Godzilla Creepypasta game. That one surprised me, he said, that OCD shared. Raincrawler said the Russian sleep experiment, in my opinion. I heard that is based on a real life story. Not sure, though. Yes, Rain, I agree, Horror Show says. So I asked him about that. I was wondering what he was talking about, the Russian sleep experiment. Let's see what they say. I heard the Russian sleep experiment was real, but they hid it in plain sight as a creepypasta. Ooh, that just makes for a better story. Better creepypasta as a whole. They used some type of gas to keep prisoners awake for 15 days, but they had to abruptly stop the test, revealing 5 monsters that didn't want to be free. They wanted to keep inhaling the gas. One
Wait,
doctor...
They had to abruptly stop because of what monsters?
let me see here.
They basically became inhuman in
tore
the way
themselves
they
apart.
acted and self-mutilation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
One doctor asked the prisoner, "Who are you?" The answer was, "We are the madness
We are.
that are locked inside of everyone screaming for freedom." Ooh, what a good answer. They used army prisoners and promised them that after doing this experiments, they will return harmless to their families. Okay. I believe these experiments have been done. I don't know if this was the outcome, but I totally believe probably not only in Russia they put on experiments of keeping people awake and seeing the effects. We do know the effects of not sleeping, that you will have hallucinations. We've seen that, what's his name, David Blaine? He stayed awake, he started having hallucinations, you start to get very unhealthy, and you will die if you stay awake too long. It's very, very unhealthy. Lubberkin. Yeah, the Lubberkin. Referring to the botchling.
Yeah, I think the main idea of the story is that there's actually like something in you that you have to sleep away every night. That's kind of the main horror they're trying to convey, is that the only reason why you sleep is because you're trying to avoid some terrible horror. And that's the main story spookiness.
Nice.
I think that's what they were going for. But
That could make for such a good
itself.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
cool
that's one of
idea.
the best takes I've ever heard on that story.
Why,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, that was good. I think she just made it better than the writer.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, this is my first time hearing that story, so cheers.
Yeah, I like it. For sure.
Just that
Creepy.
no one ever mentioned that part as what I think. It
Right.
means.
And sleep is such a fascinating phenomenon, too. A lot of things about it, dreams and everything, and the things that aren't explored. And if you are overly religious, I could definitely see people get into beliefs like that. But that's such a cool take, just as far as that goes.
Huzzah.
The Russians sleep... Yes, you get a watermelon. The
Oh,
Russian
I'm
sleep...
so happy.
bunch
I'll
of...
type it over. You can type on that.
Make it insane. Destroyed shred of humanity. I really like that. Is Momo a creepypasta? Yeah, apparently Momo is not. Maybe it became one, but it wasn't originally. Okay, going down the list. Cipro CD shared. As Bago. Dio, over in text, if you haven't fallen asleep yet. Dio, please tell us, which one do you think was the creepiest or scariest creepypasta?
Creepierest?
Creepierest. Scariest. Let's see what he says. We should always ask that question when we speak of creepy things, although we don't always. Quick question to you guys while he answers. Do you think we should run a vote for next discussion, or should we do that next time since we already have our next thing planned?
Well, we should do it after the Halloween
Okay.
event.
I think I agree.
And just to confirm, for Halloween, it's serial killers, correct?
It's horror movie killers.
Oh, specifically horror movie killers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Smiling dog, because the thought of seeing that thing kind of creeps me out a little bit. I can see that. Yeah, for sure. And I think Super OCD mentioned that. Just seeing something and going insane from it. You never know when to expect it.
Holding on to you, like you see it once and then you're kind of fucked. You know, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
The fact it gets into you through just seeing it, and you can't get it off you.
Mm-hmm.
Like a parasite or something.
I mean, it's not a far-off idea because we have trauma images. You could see a traumatic images, and it will stay with you if you see something crazy. It will affect you. But being an image, not so much. Sometimes a movie will more. So if you could imagine just making as much a traumatic image as possible.
I mean more of like, you're cursed after you look at that, and you're actually just cursed through his soul.
Oh boy, getting deep. Huzzah.
And as the British would say, you're buggered.
You're buggered?
Yes, it's a British term for being fucked.
Buggered, right? GG?
Yeah, buggered.
Oh, bugger.
Bugged.
Bugger!
You become a bugged bloke. Even if you're a woman, you become a bugged bloke. Super OCD, is there a bloke word for a female?
Lass? Wait, that's the opposite of lad.
Scottish, you know.
Yeah, and it's just
That's
the girl.
the opposite of lad.
But that's a good one.
I guess the only other term I've
Bloke.
seen for
Cunt.
definitely for
That's just
no,
retarded.
that is universal. That's universal for everyone, also Australian.
No, because bloke isn't that bad.
The one I've seen used is say that I've most often seen used. So for guy it's a bloke, and for lady it's a love.
Love?
Yeah.
Love.
Yo, love.
Like L-U-V, not L-O-V-E.
Hey, love.
Love.
Love. Let's just go with milady. That's how I'd like to keep it.
Cheerio, love.
Milady.
Milady.
Saya. Okay.
Ladies become cursed. That's just cursed.
And I just want to make it known that horror show said Momo looks hot. So there you have it.
I suppose it's up here somewhere.
Sexy chicken, says Sandy Dog.
Not comment on that.
Chicken titty, chicken
Everybody
titty.
has their own preferences.
I'm gonna stick my
Also-
dick in chicken.
Also, I just want to know how they got a picture of me in the morning for the Russian sleep experiment.
Maybe that's the real horror.
There we go. So for me, I guess I would say, as far as creepy, the video game one, sure, but that's hard to imagine as it's a video game that you're experiencing. I guess when you're playing at night.
It kind of plays off that mysterious, like, glitchiness that some games have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you find something that no one's ever seen in like a video game, you feel like, you know, it's like an episode of the Twilight Zone, I guess. It's mystery.
Yeah. I would say, and I'm not linking it to all the fandom or anything, but I mean, if there was a Slender Man and you see that and you look at it and you start going insane or something and it keeps just appearing behind you, I mean, that is a creepy thing in and of itself, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that. The siren face, the siren head thing seems a little creepy too, especially the way I added to it in my imagination. You know, if you hear this, because the siren sound, it's one of the scariest things you can hear, I think.
The sound of impending doom.
Yeah. There's so much mystery behind it because it's a warning. And it's a major warning. It's a warning for the whole populace. So if something is that major of a warning, there's got to be a devastating consequence behind it. And that will make your mind go nuts and even insane imagining what that could be. Fear can make you go insane, right? The depressing or paranoia, can follow. And what a sound like that could do and effects behind it. and the mystery of something.
Any strong feeling can make you go
It's also a
insane. To
very
be
unnatural noise, you know.
Yeah. Yes, very unnatural, and we know the meaning of it, and it's all about the unknown behind it. Unknown is the biggest fear. Unknown is the fear, right, that we really have, the fear of the unknown, and that brings a lot of that with it. So a good story that brings that, I think that's creepy and could be scary. That teddy bear fuzzy thing, I liked where that was going. Creepy, yeah, to a degree. Of course. So I think the top for me would be like that. Not necessarily a good answer. And then, of course, I love the Russian sleep experiment story and the outcome. Again, I'm sure the experiments have been done like that. Was that the outcome? I don't know. Maybe somebody was going insane and they did say something like that. It doesn't mean it's true that there's a demon within them, but they're getting so delusional and crazy, and maybe they're religious too, so that impacts their thoughts, and they create this answer, which is very creepy. So kudos on that as a whole. Wonderful. This would have been even a good Halloween episode due to the creepiness. Isn't Dio a gay Japanese cartoon vampire? I'm still not sure if Dio is gay or not. Apparently he is, or at least bi. I think Dio would know from our group. Dio, can you answer that? He's right. There we go.
I mean, there.
Does he stick
JMPF
his
is
penis in the bum?
full of answers.
Does he
JMPF,
bugger the bumholes of the blokes?
I miss you
That's
around
funny.
here in the Monster Hood. I want to see you more around here,
mean-
JMPF. I welcome you. Go ahead, Bago. No? No, just gay. Well, he's bisexual, I think. Not just gay. Okay, so he's bi. Alright, whatever.
Okay, so he's not chair. Okay.
Kind of what makes sense with a vampire. If you're immortal, you've been around so long, you would understand. That thin line. Okay. I don't know. But, makes sense. Kind of reminds me of Tom Cruise's character in Interview with the Vampire. He had that vibe to him. If you like Dio, Holy Dio, you may like, you should see Interview with the Vampire. It's definitely one of my favorite vampire movies ever. And I think Dio reminds me a little bit of the Tom Cruise vampire in that movie. He's a little bit of that Dio. He's very flashy and flamboyant. He's not shown to be gay in the movie, but you can see that vibe. Okay, or maybe he's selfish. I'm sure he's that too. On my list, Arthur. Good. See it. It's awesome. I was born with thick skin. That's great, Jono. Oh, and Jono is here. Wow. He's here. He made it. What do you want, Jono? You want to clap?
I mean,
Clap, clap.
he can't be just gay because he did end up having a kid,
Okay.
unless
So
that
he's
was part
bi.
of his master.
Right. So many gay folks do have kids. With a woman.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
because
saying
they
not
get
adopted.
married. He didn't get
Right.
married.
Yeah. Jono, do you have anything to share today? And are you at
Oh,
home?
it was a reverse trap.
A
Accidentally.
reverse trap.
Did you make it home, Jono? Are you sharing anything? Not a Creepypasta fan? It's okay, you don't have to be to talk about it and make it interesting. All these people. Come on, guys. The Monster Hood is all about being open-minded and exploring things. Yes, there's silly things out there, but everything can be discussed and we can find gems and interesting things in things. That's why we do these. That's why I accept a variety of topics.
Yeah.
It's not to be stubborn and say, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this. Even we talk about My Little Pony. It's silly.
There's
a lot of
nothing
people
wrong
like
with
it,
talking
but
about My Little
I always give that
There's
show
nothing
credit
wrong with
because
Of course we should.
they involve cool monsters in that little cartoon that you don't normally see in cartoons. So that's
Yeah,
a little
all
bit
of
of
the
Gotta give him credit for
respect.
Shut your face, Bog.
You don't have to like something to explore it and to find something cool. So anyway, just wanted to shout that out because too much of that,
that's
yeah, I don't like it. Come on. Are we muggles here? Are we the norm? Who are we, folks? We're monsterites for a damn
I just
reason.
love OCD's
Fucking
impressions.
degenerate.
What's that? What OCD's what impression?
We're all fucking degenerates.
the nye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He does that a lot.
So there we have it. Beth just showed up. She's not in voice.
Sour.
She has a lot to say about this topic, though, so I think we should just wrap it up because we're 2 hours in. I have a feeling if she starts going in, it's going to last for a while. I'd rather give her a chance when everything's more fresh. I don't think she can hear me, and she's too tired. So try to relay that. Thank you guys for joining in today. That was interesting. I learned some things. Like Bago said, and the reason why a lot of these guys are like, I'm not a fan of Creepypasta, I think Bog said it right. I think a lot of it has potential, and it could be even better. I think a lot of Creepypastas have a good start or a good something to them. It's just if we would twist that story a little bit a different way, they could be great. Just like a lot of SCPs. So, still, it can cause for inspiration and motivation as an artist, as a writer. So nothing wrong with that. We explore everything monster out there. Xenodog says,
yeah,
well...
I moved over to SCPs soon after I discovered Creepypasta stuff, just because it had a wider variety of stuff that you...
Mm-hmm. If you guys could remind me, I'm going to wrap this up. Xenodog said, well, my friends, I have to take off. Much love and respect to all of you. Have a wonderful day. Leaving a like and share as I go. You rock, Xenodog. Take care, my friend.
Nice.
So I want to say, because we're not going to vote for the next topic today, we'll do that next time since we already know our next topic, which is going to be horror movie killers. That's our Halloween special, which will be on the 26th, I believe, next Saturday. I should be here. So
Why don't
I would
we just vote for the one that comes after now.
Not enough people.
no need. And we've been going live for so long. Plus, you see, people said they don't know anything about this topic. Then why have we been talking for 2 hours? Whereas topics we know, we talk for like an hour and a half. That's what happens here, guys. That's what people forget, is we always have something to say and to find. So that's why we do these.
Discussion because you didn't know it, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes they're even longer the less we know about it because we're all learning together.
Yeah.
We're in this ship of death together.
We're all in this together.
Stop it, Chris.
Dying horribly.
So,
Demon.
I would like to ask someone to remind me because my suggestion for next topic, I'm afraid I'll forget by next week. Hopefully somebody can remember. I want to talk about, as Bog called it, kind of ritualistic creating monsters like Bloody Mary and other ones we know of. That's my suggestion. I'm just mentioning it because I'm afraid I'll forget it. If somebody can remind me next time when we're doing those. Sorry if I'm being unfair here. So I'm done. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you on YouTube. Thank you, Me Horror Show. I will reply to you on Facebook as soon as this is done. Thank you, Joseph, for joining us over there. Thank you, Raincrawler. Thank you, Louis, who's left already. Thanks again. You guys rock. Huzzah to you. Thank you, everybody here in the Discord. We have Darth Phonics. How do you say thank you in German? I forgot.
Danke.
Danke, right? Danke, Shay. No. Danke. Thank you, JMPF. Gracias, mi amigo. I do hope I see you more often. I love when you post stuff here, JMPF, and I do love when you get involved. If you feel uncomfortable with anybody or whatever, please know that I do welcome you and I enjoy you in the Monsterhood. I want to see you here as much as possible. You rock. Thank you, JMPF.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
There you go. Chris Chu, dziękuję very much. Dziękuję bardzo. Once again.
Wrong language.
That's the one I know. And close enough.
I don't know what dziękuję is.
Oh, it's just thank you.
It's благодаря.
How do you say thank you?
Well, благодаря.
Oh, really? It starts with a B.
Yes.
Oh, благодаря.
Yes.
It sounds similar.
Can you
Dziękuję,
say goodbye
благодаря. Just
What language is
different.
Bulgarian, my native.
that? Ah, cool.
Cool. Bago, thank you very much for
Hey,
being
Artie.
here today. Yes, sir.
Can you say goodbye in my language?
Not sure.
It's just get the fuck out.
That's what I was thinking.
Go.
Oh, I thought
That's how people say goodbye to each.
I thought it was choking noises.
Yeah. How do they say it, Bog?
No, that's when we're having fun. I said we say.
Nothing. Okay, gotcha.
Sounds Australian.
So, Bago, for being here.
No, that's fuck off.
Yes.
That's
kangaroo. What else?
Jono, thanks for showing up. Even though you showed up late, it's still good to see your presence here. So thank you for being here. How do you say thank you in Italian? I forgot. And Super OCD.
Gracias?
Thank you.
Thank
I'm just being a punk.
Grazie.
Oh, it's grazie. I'm
Grazie.
thinking of French, aren't I?
Grazie, yeah, grazie. Thank you, OCD, for being here once again. That's 2 shows in a row. We don't even have to give you a moment of silence. You are
Huzzah.
gutsy. Let me see. I think I owe you something here. I think I
Maybe
owe
make a
you...
note of noise for me instead of a note of silence.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for the things that you owe.
Super OCD, I think I told you last Monstercast, if you come back, I'm going to give you Plagued Scholar. Did I tell you that?
You
I don't know what that is or what it does, but it sounds interesting.
You get it. Thank you. Plague Scholar
Right.
is the rank that you get. Ooh, I think it's your highest rank too. Congratulations. Everybody
Yay.
give a hand to Super OCD.
Wow, I
It's-
get so many hands.
I'd
I can
love
type
to.
10 times faster.
Basically,
You know, they're on the other side of the phone.
Oops.
I
Plague
can cut it off though.
Yay.
If you can't do a hand clap, do the other clapping thing if it's more convenient.
One-handed clap.
Ass clap.
Makes a sound. There you go. You guys saw it on
Because
camera.
we're all
It's real.
dummy.
Oh, yes.
What Plagued Scholar is that's a rank for all of you guys that join in on the Monstercast enough. Bog should be getting that very soon. I think I'll give it to you next time you come in here, Bog, so please remind me. I think you deserve it.
You said that the time before last time I
Did I?
joined.
So you're the one I said that to. Okay. Everybody give a hand to Bog. However you want to throw a hand at him, whatever that means to you, please give a hand to Bog. Yay, thank you, JMPF.
I cast fist.
Congratulations, Bog. Is that your highest rank too? Let's see. I like if it's... I think so, yay. So you guys got a new color today.
Huzzah.
Yes. It's
I'm
funny because
purple.
Super
That's
OCD's been here for
Pink.
like, I think at least a year. It's just she's been out of the Monstercast so much that she never finally got it. But for the time, she should have gotten this a long time ago. So, yeah. And Bog's just been
thanks.
active.
Technology.
Right on. 2 Plagued Scholars. You guys are officially part of the team for the Monstercast. What this means, I think, in the future is when we get enough people, too many people here into the Monsterhood, and people all start jumping in and talking and spamming, and it gets annoying, you guys that have Plagued Scholar will be the only ones to have access.
Are we
to
going to
on
be
the
mini
Monstercast.
mods?
We will ascend to the rank of monsterhood.
There you go. So,
You're now on the same playing field as me. Congratulations.
aw.
I like fields.
The upcoming ones will be Darth Phoenix. He will be an
I
upcoming
always knew that.
monster Plague
Chris,
Scholar.
I always knew I was on. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. JMPF, I didn't make you a Plague Scholar. You have been here a lot and shared a lot. Another one. Everybody give a hand to JMPF. He didn't even say anything. He's so modest, yet he was clapping for everyone. Thank you, JMPF.
Yay.
Gracias. Yay, yay. It's that Monty Python. Yay, yay. The crowd went wild. Cool. Okay, yes, JMPF, you totally earned that. What's your highest one? Oh, yeah, you're Inquisitor Lich. So you're high up there. Like I said, upcoming Plague Scholars are Darth Phoenix. Did Jono ever get it? Maybe I gave it too early to Jono. Probably. But yeah, he has it. Dio has it. Yeah, so the upcoming one's probably going to be Darth Phoenix. Beth will probably be working, but she's got still a ways to go. There you go. Good job, guys. And thank you, Dio, for being here.
Auf
Danke.
Wiedersehen, meine guten Loot.
Yeah, have a great night, Dio. Sweet dreams. Don't be too creeped out over there. You know, I've joined basically 90%.
I'm looking forward to us talking about shit now after thing. I'm looking forward to that today.
Oh, never mind. Darth Phoenix already has Plague Scholar. Okay, so I guess you already got it. I think JMPF is the one and Super OCD that were long overdue. JMPF more so because he has been here.
I was overdue for a bit.
You were. At least for a good 2 hours. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for Monstercast number 54. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your October. Enjoy your art contest creations if you are involved, and anything else you're doing for October artistic stuff and autistic stuff. So, it's been a pleasure having you. Stay monstrous, my friends. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes. Love you all.
Good boy.
Well, as Victor would usually say,
Arrivederci.
don't fear the unknown. Seek it out, study it, understand it. To which I would respond with, fear the unknown. Shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
Well,
Magic.
Italian Chris can kill my sleep paralysis demon.
5, 4, 3, 2,
goodbye.
1.
Bye.